Who are the Palestinians? They're an Arab people with deep historical, cultural, and political ties to a land at the heart of one of the world's most complex and contested conflicts. Palestinians are an Arab ethno-national group originating from the region historically known as Palestine, what we now know as Israel, the West Bank, and Gaza. Most Palestinians speak Arabic, identify with the broader Arab world, and are predominantly Sunni Muslim, though Christian and Samaritan communities are part of their heritage. Their modern national identity emerged during the collapse of the Ottoman Empire and British colonial rule, strengthened by resistance to displacement and foreign control. The defining moment for many Palestinians came in 1948 with the founding of the State of Israel. This event, called the Nakba or catastrophe, displaced hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, creating a vast diaspora across the Middle East and beyond. Today, Palestinians live in the West Bank and Gaza, within Israel as citizens, refugee communities in Jordan, Lebanon, Syria, and in global exile shaped by conflict and migration. Despite generations of displacement, Palestinian identity endures. From the poetry of Mahmoud Darwish to dishes like maklouba and moussa khan, their culture is rooted in centuries of local tradition and Arab influence. Politically, the Palestinian national movement aspires to establish an independent state, centered on the West Bank, Gaza Strip, and East Jerusalem. Fatah and Hamas are the two dominant political factions, divided in governance, but united in the vision of sovereignty. Are Palestinians descendants of the Philistines? It's a common myth, but not one supported by history or science. The Philistines were Aegean migrants who settled parts of the southern coast around the 12th century BCE. They disappeared centuries later after Babylonian conquest and assimilation. Modern Palestinians, by contrast, descend from a wide range of peoples who have lived in the region for the past 2 millennia: Canaanites, Arabs, Hebrews, Romans, Turks, and more. Their cultural and linguistic identity solidified with the Arabization of the Levant after the 7th century Islamic conquests. So while the name Palestine comes from Roman and Philistine roots, there's no direct genealogical link between modern Palestinians and the ancient Philistines. Do Palestinians have legal rights to the land? Yes, under international law, Palestinians hold recognized claims, especially over the West Bank, Gaza Strip, and East Jerusalem. In July 2024, the International Court of Justice declared Israel's ongoing occupation of these territories unlawful. The court ruled that Israel must end its occupation and dismantle settlements. Reparations should be paid. Displaced Palestinians must be allowed to return. International law, including the Fourth Geneva Convention, prohibits an occupying power from transferring its civilian population into occupied territory. That makes Israeli settlements in these areas illegal under global consensus. While enforcement is complicated by politics, the law is clear. Palestinians have the right to self-determination and land. Violence has tragically marked the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. From the First Intifada in the late 1980s to the devastating Second Intifada in the early 2000s, Palestinian militant groups, including Hamas and Islamic Jihad, have carried out numerous attacks. Rocket fire from Gaza, suicide bombings, and armed assaults have become recurring patterns, especially during escalations in 2008, 2012, 2014, 2021, and the unprecedented October 7, 2023 attack, which killed over 1,200 Israelis. In return, Israeli military responses have resulted in thousands of Palestinian deaths, widespread destruction in Gaza, and deepening resentment. But can Israel, as an occupying power, legally claim self-defense? According to international legal scholars and the International Court of Justice, not in the same way a sovereign state can. Under the UN Charter, self-defense applies when a state is attacked by another state, not by territory it occupies. Occupation itself is seen as a continuous violation, and responses must be proportional and tied to maintaining order, not indefinite military campaigns. Palestinians, as an occupied people, have a recognized right to resist, especially when facing illegal occupation. That said, many nations still affirm Israel's right to protect its civilians, but challenge how far that right extends in the context of occupation. The story of the Palestinians is one of identity, displacement, and a struggle for dignity under international law. It's not just a regional issue. It's a global question of justice, sovereignty, and the human right to belong.